Hey guys, Tiago here with Classical Technology. Thank you for joining me for another video. Today we have a very exciting video. For those of you new to water cooling, or maybe that have never done water cooling before, you must be thinking, how do you upgrade your system when you have a hard loop or even a soft loop? Do you have to drain the whole thing, take everything apart? Is upgrading the CPU going to be a week-long process? Sometimes it is, but we're going to see in this video, I found a little sneaky way to be able to upgrade my CPU without draining the loop. So stay tuned and let's see how I did it. So this is the Lian Li Dynamic XL case. If you guys want to check out my build video on it, I did it a couple of weeks back. You can see it on my channel. Today, I want to upgrade the CPU. I had put a 7820X in there as a placeholder until the new Intel CPUs came out, just because I already have the motherboard. This is an Intel Strix E X299 motherboard. I know Ryzen is all the rage now, and it is better performance for the dollar. But recently, Micro Center has slashed the prices on these X299 CPUs, and the deals were too good to pass up. For an example, a 10-core processor was $350, the 9820X. And this 14-core Intel processor, which used to be $1,399 when it came out, was $599. Now that's within $100 of the Ryzen 3900X, which is only 12 core, even though technically the 12 core still might outperform this by a little bit, but that's a topic for another day. In this case, I think it's still a pretty good deal to pay $599 for a 14 core CPU. This is going to be amazing in video editing. It's for gaming, it's okay, it's not really meant for that, but in general, very good CPU for the price. So I decided to be able to pop it into the system, get rid of that 7820X, which is only 8 core. Used to be a lot, but now everybody's going 12, 14, 16 cores, even in the mainstream. Generally, to upgrade the CPU in a hard-lined, water-cooled system, you really do have to drain the entire loop, take out the CPU carefully by removing any tubing, making sure all the liquid is out, protecting everything with paper towels. That was initially my plan with this, but the way that I designed this loop, I actually have the EK rotary 90-degree fittings on the CPU area. So that means that I'm able to actually pull out the CPU block, twist it, without removing any tubing and without having to drain the loop. I can effectively upgrade this CPU. Now, I do not recommend that you actually try this. I was very careful. I have a lot of experience in sort of upgrading and messing with water-cooled systems. Most likely, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to pop a tube out and that liquid is going to go everywhere and damage your hardware. So what I did, I made sure everything was off. I put some paper towels for protection. I slowly removed everything. I unscrewed the CPU block. And then I knew that this would twist, and I made sure that all of the tubing was absolutely secure. When I built the system, I used the new EK leak tester, which pretty much ensured me that there was no leaks. I kept it going for a while, and I pumped that pressure up to the safe limit. That way I knew that there were no weak links in the tubing, and this is very, very tightly placed tubing. And as I pulled it out, I checked the tolerances, make sure nothing moved, so I was able to pull it out, bend it up, and then, as you can see, I was able to take the CPU out, clean it, put the new CPU back in, and then replace that CPU block, all without having to drain the loop. And this is a hard loop. If this were a soft loop, usually it's a little bit easier. You have a little more flexibility to pull it out. The reason I was able to do this really was that rotary 90-degree fitting. That rotary fitting really allowed me to sort of move the CPU out of the way without putting any strain on the actual tubes. Because if you strain them and you pull enough, you will pop them out. Liquid's going to go everywhere and possibly damage your system. That's why you must be very, very careful, and I don't recommend doing it like this unless you have tons and tons of experience in a similar setup. A project that usually would have taken hours and hours to do, I was able to do probably in under an hour. You know, I just had to pop out the CPU block, put in the new CPU while carefully bending those 90-degree rotary fittings, and I was on my way. Otherwise, I was going to have to drain the whole system, remove a bunch of tubing to get to the CPU, then put it back, put the tubing back, retest it, fill it with liquid, and only then would I have been able to use my computer. So this did give me a big short shortcut, and in the end nothing happened, even though I knew the risks involved, which you must know as well. It's not necessarily the safest way to go. It is a shortcut, but you do have a risk for that reward, so just be extremely careful. So that's pretty much it. That's how I was able to replace this CPU without draining the loop. Sometimes if you think outside the box and use some of the water cooling fittings and hardware to your advantage with some future thought and some foresight, plan ahead. When you're building your loop, you just want to get on it and game or edit videos, but sometimes it's good to think of these little things like drain valves and even rotary fittings where you could actually adjust something without having to drain your entire loop. It'll just make your life easier down the road. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned a little something and were a little bit entertained by the way that I was able to upgrade this CPU. So thank you again to all my subscribers. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next video.